What's up, Mortgage Coach community? I am sitting down with Jody Amend outside of Denver, Colorado.
Denver,
If my memory's, yep, Denver, Colorado. And last time I interviewed her, we talked about her journey as becoming a top producer, how she went from average production to top producer production, and highly recommend you check out that interview. We'll put a link down below. But after the conversation, when we were debriefing on it, I learned that there were a lot of things that didn't come out that I thought were important. You know, how Jody is using social media, how she is using personal development, learned about how you use the Mortgage Coach channel. And I also want to talk about how you're integrating yourself as a mortgage coach, as a black belt advisor into all your social media and everything. So Jody, if you don't mind just kind of giving everybody a high level on your team and your production, and then let's get into it.
Yeah. So I've been in the business about 26 years. And as Dave was saying, the top producer thing is fairly new to me. I've always been kind of an average producer, and I was okay with that. But in end of 2018, I decided I was ready to grow my business. My kids were getting a little bit older. And so I started doing, all the things that I needed to do to grow my business. And I believe it was a combination. It wasn't just any one thing that I did. I believe for me, it was, I did a lot of personal development, working with negative beliefs about being successful. Self-confidence was a big piece of it that kind of held me back and putting myself out there. And I started working with a business coach, and she was great for the support, and then obviously the accountability. That was a huge piece of it. And then another piece was the education and the tools, and Mortgage Coach was a huge piece of that. I mean, instead of listening to music in the morning when I'm getting ready, I listen to Mortgage Coach videos. I listen to them in the car, and there's several that I'll listen to over and over again. I get more from them each time. So I believe
what are the couple that you listen to over and over again? I'd love to know.
Shayla Gifford's The Perfect Loan Process. And then I've recently I started listening to, I don't think I finished it, but Tim Brahim did one as well on The Perfect Loan Process. Josh Metal did one on, oh gosh, which one was the Josh Metal one? Several from Josh Metal. And then there was the one on the how to follow up with listing agents. And that was another big one. And that was
the listing agent, was that Amber Kovark on the move up analysis?
No, it was not.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I'll find it, guys. So we'll find some of these greatest hits, but excuse me?
It was Jeremy's.
Oh, Jeremy's. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I think the takeaway for everyone is you went 20 years at this level of making a living, but you're raising kids, doing mortgages, and then you had a personal why, like, I want to be my best. How much of was it I just want to be my best, or you had financial goals? Like, give us a balance of the why, and then we'll get into the how.
Yeah, I did have a material why. But to me, it's more than a material thing. So I've wanted a place up in Steamboat Springs. That's, just like 2 hours northwest in the mountains up here. And I've wanted a place up there forever. I literally cry every time we leave there. So it was a huge thing for me. And so it just dawned on me that if I want this to happen, I am responsible for making it happen. I mean, my husband's a firefighter. He makes a great living, but he's kind of limited, in what he can do. So I just realized that it was on me, and that kind of lit the fire under me. And it was a lot of hard work, and but it was fun. It's been really fun growing my business. I've had more fun in the last 2 years of my business than I have, in the 26 years.
Oh man, this is such a cool story. Did you ever listen to the Jeremy Forcier video? It's called Jeremy's Selfish Why.
No.
Oh my gosh. So I'm going to put a link down below. I think we created a mic. I think it's in our Instagram, what do you call them? Instagram stories. But he talked about, hey, you need a selfish why. And you need something that's non-selfish. And in Jeremy's case, he talks about, hey, good people deserve great advice. That's my noble why I use Mortgage Coach and why I love to be a loan officer. But, he then goes on a whole rant for about 2 minutes on his selfish why. I want to be rich. I want to make money. And anyways, I think people will resonate with that. And that's cool that you found out what your selfish why was, and then you did the work. So let's get into the how. what are some of the things that you did, social media, mortgage coach, content, to get to where you're at today?
Yeah, just really quick, I did want to touch on the personal development thing because you said something about Jeremy. And I had these negative beliefs that if you were successful, that you would push away people in your life. I mean, that was like a deep rooted belief from my childhood, that people would see you differently. So I think that's part of the reason why I kind of wanted to fly under the radar. I wanted to be successful, but not too successful. So that was something that I really worked on. But as far as the social media, I know we were going to talk about Instagram. I feel like Instagram, every realtor uses Instagram, but I feel like there's not a lot of lenders that use it or use it well. So I feel like it's kind of an untapped social media. Everyone does Facebook. So with Instagram, and not to oversimplify this, and I started doing this in 2019, and then obviously 2020, things were kind of put on hold. So I haven't done a ton with meeting people in person in 2020. But in 2019, I started my Facebook or my Instagram page. I would do a combination of posting personal content, educational content, and I do like some testimonials, videos, and I have posted mortgage coach, like cost of waiting worksheets on there. But what I would do, I would literally just engage with the agents. It's really easy to find agents on Instagram. And then I would just follow agents. I would engage in their content. I would reach out and share valuable information with them. And then once I feel like I had a few points of contact with them, I would literally just reach out and offer, to take them out to coffee. I never once was turned down by someone to meet for coffee. And then over coffee, I would just get to know them and why they're doing what they do, and just kind of identify maybe some problems that they're experiencing with their business and how can I help. It wasn't about trying to sell myself or my company on them. It was truly just about getting to know them. And I was just looking at my numbers today. And again, this was 2019. 2020, I still posted, but I'm not able to go out there and meet with the agents like I was. But I have 7 agents that I've met on Instagram that send me business. And last year I closed 20, which I thought was pretty good for just, starting out this, starting out the Instagram piece. But 20 loans, it was about 12% of my business last year. So for a new project, I felt pretty good about that. So
yeah, no doubt. And so for anyone that wants to follow her, it's Colorado Mortgage Mama. I love that little.
I was nicknamed that.
Oh, really? So that's cool. And then for the words that you put, mortgage advisor, branch manager, Denver, Steamboat Springs, Colorado native. By the way, I'm a Colorado native.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, born and raised in Denver. My dad went to DU.
Oh, awesome. My husband went to DU.
Yeah, I'm a Bronco fan for life. It says Colorado native, then fire wife.
Yep.
What about that? Do you get many loans from, friends of your husband's in the fire department?
A ton. So that's a whole other thing that I did. So, back pre CFPB, we could give discounts to past clients, to friends, and they kind of took that away from us. So Universal Lending came up with a program, and it's called our Corporate Source Program. And we sign the company up kind of like as a preferred lender, and then we can give the employees education, but then we can also give them a 0.5% lender credit at closing up to $2,000. And so I got South Metro Fire Rescue, I got Denver Fire Rescue, a bunch of other little departments around Denver. I got them signed up for this program. And then I went to every single fire department pre-COVID and delivered these awesome cornhole boards that were branded to their fire station. They had their number on it and everything. The first department I delivered to, I got 3 realtors that were firefighters that started sending me business. And that was probably just signing up South Metro Fire Rescue was probably 30% of my business last year.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I think we could dedicate a whole call just to that, because I am seeing more and more progressive, modern mortgage advisors that are getting specific around corporate benefit programs. If you have a question down below, or you're doing amazing things, you are a black belt at mortgage coach or higher, and you're doing something around that, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to talk about it. So what else have you done leveraging social media, or call it video, things that are powering you as a top producer?
Yeah. And one of the reasons that I decided to do Instagram is the millennials are becoming so much of our business, and they're like the largest demographic. And there's such a small percentage of them that are homeowners. So I really wanted to focus on the millennials. And a lot of people that I work with, they'll trash talk millennials and, oh, they're a pain in the butt, they're entitled, I hate working with them. And I actually find the opposite. I feel like they really, they embrace the technology. They love to be educated. They absolutely love Mortgage Coach. And they love using all the tools that I do. And so I decided to really kind of target not only millennial buyers, but millennial realtors. And so that was kind of my reason, like, where are the millennials? And Instagram is where all the millennials are. They're not on Facebook. And so that was kind of my reason behind really working on the Instagram.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm still doing videos. Obviously, everyone got really busy in 2020, and some of the things that we were doing to get to that point, we kind of had to pick and choose what we, continued to do just because we were so busy. But this year, in the last, I guess it's like 6 or 7 months, I've hired a team. And I just hired my second assistant yesterday, and she's going to be in charge of like team trainings, customer appreciation, client appreciation, realtor appreciation, and events, and just making sure, just really setting up the culture for our team. And so that's been really good.
Well, I just love your story. I love how transparent and vulnerable you are. I think it will inspire a lot of mortgage professionals. Todd Libby just said great stuff with the fire department. I think a lot of people are gonna get value from that. What else are you doing with video?
With video, I signed up for the American Dream, which I heard on one of your calls. And I have done 2 of them so far. The second one's going to be airing on CNBC here in February. And I'm using it right now to kind of give back to my agents. I mean, the video is about me and it's about whatever city that I choose to do, but I'm also doing an interview with my agents to kind of help them with visibility. They can, repost it on social media and repurpose it however they want. And then I'm going to be using that once I kind of go through my top realtors. I'm going to use it to get new realtors. We're kind of doing a fun project. It hasn't launched yet, but it's a great opportunity to connect with the highest producing agents in our market and do the videos with them. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's going to be exciting.
Love it. Well, I'm a big fan of the American Dream. I have referred a lot of mortgage coaches into that platform. If you want to get an introduction from me, you can email me at dave@mortgagecoach, or you can reach out to Craig Sewing, follow him on social media. I'm looking forward to hearing your story. It sounds like you've only done a couple of shows, but I saw one of them and it looked like it looked like you were having fun, and it looks like you were creating some value for an agent. So congrats on that.
Yeah, thank you.
Compliant value.
Yes.
Yeah. So you are a mortgage coach. You are not at red belt, but you are 2 times a black belt. You've done over 600 total cost analysis. How are you integrating that into your social media strategy? I'm looking here on February 2nd, where you did the cost of waiting to buy. How are you taking the advice you're providing and then using that as inspiration for online content?
Yeah, that is kind of a newer thing that I've done with sharing the Mortgage Coach. I mean, I do Mortgage Coach on every single loan, refi or purchase. I share it with the realtor involved. I share it with, if there are parents involved or financial planners. I've always done that. But sharing it to social media is actually a little bit newer. But I have already, the feedback that I've already received from that, and then the agents that have been sharing that with their clients has been amazing. So I feel like that's something that I definitely need to really focus on. I want to do the rent versus own next and get that out there. Yeah. And I just did my first debt consolidation.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We had a pitch with a financial planner, one of my brand new LOs, brand new in the business. And she had her financial planner wanted to set up a meeting with her. And we did a debt consolidation where we did a reinvestment strategy where if they took the savings, they could either pay down their mortgage or they could take the savings and invest it with their financial planner. And it showed, the wealth over time. And we sent it to the financial planner and he was blown away. And he's already referred like 6 deals to this brand new loan officer.
Wait, time out now. Is there any chance on this call right now you could share that on your screen and we could look at it?
It is rough. Like I did a video and it's really rough because there's a ton of information. I will share it with you, but there is a ton of information. And I feel like I need to go through it. Oh, did I freeze?
No, you're still here. You're still here. So I would love to, because the new debt consolidation features are pretty new in the Mortgage Coach platform. And so one, I'd like to create some awareness around it. If you could, when you share it on the screen, don't include the person's name, just
I didn't
maybe.
do it for a specific
Oh,
person.
okay. So you didn't do it for a
I did a
specific person. It was,
template.
okay, cool. So while she is multitasking and getting ready to at least give us a peek at it, we've got a pretty healthy showing of people that are watching this on Facebook Live. So Todd, thank you for weighing in. Said, I'm putting together a team. I started a company a year ago. What's your advice for getting out of your files? Okay, so this is not off topic, but it sounds like someone else that's building a team. And he said, what is your advice for getting out of your files?
Yeah, that's something that I'm definitely struggling with, but getting better at it. And the more that I do it, the more I see the value in it, and I'm able to. Because if you're growing a team, you need to be able to support your team on their files as well. So what I'm working on right now is I am handing off some of my files. I'm starting mostly with refinances, and I'm still the point of contact. I'm still, all of the notifications are still in my name. I'm still looped in on all of the emails, but I'm letting my team members handle it. It's helping them grow their business, but it's also helping free up a little bit of time for me. And also we're working on best practices. We're just about finished with our best practices. And that's going to be really important if my team members are going to be taking care of my clients and dealing with my realtors. They need to have the same experience that they have with me. That's why they're using me, the experience that I've created. And so my team members will be, following those best practices. And it's just something you have to kind of ease into, but you can't do it without giving up that control. You can't do it all.
Did you happen to watch a couple of weeks ago my interview with Jeremy? It was called Crushing 2021
Yes.
with Jeremy Forcier. So highly recommend you watch that. Jeremy talks, I think the week that I interviewed him, he had just hired 4 new team members, and he walked through his training process. And, I've interviewed enough top producers to know that every team is a little different on who does what, but how you train them, it's the same. And I loved Jeremy's, watch, do, or do, watch, do, watch. But listen to that. As far as who does Mortgage Coach, how are you going to divide that up with your team? Who's creating the TCA on your team?
Yeah, well, I mean, the newer loan officers are doing their TCAs on every single deal. They're doing their own. I finally have my assistant. She will pull up their current loan data, unless it's a purchase, and then she'll check rates through Optimal Blue. And I know there's an integration that I need to get figured out on that piece. But she sets up the TCAs, and then I just go in, I double check it, and then I do the video and send it out. She'll knock out like 6 or 7 TCAs in one day, and then all I have to do is, go in and do the video. So that piece right there has been a huge time saver.
Love that. And guys, I'd say more people with teams have a team member do the TCA. Jeremy Forcier does over 10 TCAs a day, and he likes to do it himself. I'm not advocating for that, because I think if top producers had to use Mortgage Coach, we wouldn't have that much adoption, because not everybody is going to want to do that. So I do recommend having someone on your team do it. And if you don't have a team, just know that everybody can do these things. They take less than 5 minutes. You can actually get down using templates and strategy templates to doing it in a couple of minutes. So let's take a peek at that TCA. Are you ready to share it?
Yeah. Can you?
Go ahead and share your desktop. No, not yet. There we go.
There we go. Okay. Let me pull that out. So let's see here. So this one was their current mortgage here on the left. And then we proposed, they could do just a rate and term refinance with the lowest rate, or they could do a debt consolidation. And I was able to plug in all of their credit card debt. I think there was like an auto loan, put in the interest rates and the terms and the monthly payments on that. And you can see the savings from their current loan to just doing a straight refinance was $392 a month. But then if they did the debt consolidation loan, they're saving $1,023 a month. And then we looked at what if they took that $1,023 that they were saving on the debt consolidation and did a reduction payment here on their mortgage. They would pay their loan off instead of 26 years being the freedom point. Now they're looking at almost 16 years. So that was great. And then the fourth option here, because this one was going to the financial planner, we looked at doing the debt consolidation loan, but taking that savings each month and reinvesting it. And I think we used like an 8% return or something on that. But if you go into, this is where I'm a little like, I need to figure this out. It's a lot of information. But the thing that really struck me was when you come down here to the long-term wealth. Let's see here. So this is comparing their current situation with the debt consolidation. Dave, how do I get to the, I thought I was on the one with the reinvestment strategy.
Yeah, well, first of all, you could toggle between short-term and long-term. And my main thing for this, guys, just want to create awareness. This is a brand new superpower within Mortgage Coach where in great detail or in little detail, you could show it and you could show long-term and short-term.
There's one though, it's amazing. It shows like the wealth on the two different strategies. And it was like 1.7 million or something like that on.
Well, this is pretty significant. I mean, this is hundreds of thousands of dollars of benefit for the family. And you're able to visualize it and walk them through it. And guys, this is what it's like. You just get started. You create your first one and go down to the bottom real quick. And it's not about selling a debt consolidation loan, but like, look at that on the far left, net worth is 2.1 and net worth with the debt consol is 3.6. I mean, you know, depending on how they invest their money,
right,
how it performs. I mean, you're making a significant difference for family. And again, it's not about selling a strategy. It's about giving them the visibility. Like, this is what's possible if these assumptions come through.
Yeah. Yeah. And this one, out of all three of the scenarios, this was the greatest net worth at the end of 30 years was by reinvesting it instead of paying down the mortgage.
Yeah. Now, this is not a specific client name, right? You made this
as
a presentation for a financial planner.
Yep.
Would you mind sharing this link? Because it has no, specific client data.
Oh, sure.
And guys, I recommend, I'm going to put a link to this down below in comments so you have an example of this. And I'm going to recommend every mortgage coach now, you need to have a good debt consolidation story to tell so that when you are meeting with CPAs and financial planners, you've got a story to tell. And probably not the presentation for real estate agents. They want to see the move up analysis. Like, hey, what if do you talk about the move up analysis at all with any of your agents?
That's on my to-do list to get one of those posted on social media. Yeah.
Cool. Well, go ahead and stop sharing the screen. Let's see if we have any more questions from our Facebook group. Lots of just good stuff. Jody, explanation mark. This is great. Jeffrey, Scott Harris, working on my business as opposed to in it. Very hard skill, right? I mean, we're always working on that, Scott. So it doesn't, well, by the way, great showing. A lot of people are gravitated to your story and appreciate the value. Anything else I know I could interview you for hours, but anything else you want to make sure you share with the mortgage coach community in today's call?
I just wanted to share my gratitude to Mortgage Coach because it's not just, the tool in itself is amazing. There's so much value there, but the Mortgage Coach community, I'm gonna get teary-eyed. I have been watching those videos for years, and some of it I implemented, but when I was truly, truly ready to grow my business, that was like my Bible. Like I said, getting ready in the morning, I don't listen to music. I listen to Mortgage Coach videos. On my drive, if I don't have the kids in the car, I'm listening to Mortgage Coach videos. And I have FOMO with Mortgage Coach. I feel like I don't have enough time in the day to watch all the valuable videos. And there's so many that I know I'm missing out on. But I seriously, I am so grateful to you and to the Mortgage Coach community. These top producers that have been willing to share their time and their secrets and tips, to people like me. It's been a big piece of the growth of my business.
Well, it is an honor, and it's people like you that make it all worthwhile. I know Shayla is going to love hearing that she was part of your inspiration to go to the level you're at. She's all about helping people. I know Jeremy is going to love that. Josh is going to love that. So for anyone that makes the time for me to interview and bring your story, your strategies to others, just know it makes a difference. And Jody, it's an honor to get to know you and appreciate you. And the company you work for is doing better with Mortgage Coach as a result of your leadership. I just got done doing a black belt training, which we do like for our enterprise clients that build us into their tech stack and build us into their culture. We'll do black belt training within the culture. And it was amazing how it was just loan officers helping loan officers inspiring each other, sharing little tips and tricks to help each other get better. So I love what I do.
It's
What's
a mindset.
that?
It's a mindset of that there's enough for everyone. And I really love that.
Yeah. Well, thank you for this time, everybody watching this. I hope you got value. Jody, I'm looking forward to being on another call with you sometime soon. And anytime you have a story or a strategy you think others in the community would love to hear, I would love to get you on stage and interview you. Sound good?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Have an awesome day.
You too.